Now what we're going to do is we're going to talk about mounting and dismounting. So we've warmed him up. That's definitely something you want to do with these horses. We've warmed them up. We got them ready to go. So we're going to talk about the mounting and dismounting. Now he's short. He's like barely 14 hands, if he even is. Right? I'm not super tall, but I'm not short either. So I normally just get on from the ground. I don't have mounting blocks all over the place necessarily when I'm riding places. So if you need a mounting block, this goes similar. Just teach your horse to come up to the mounting block, and we'll be going over lessons like that in our courses as well. But today we're just going to talk about how to get on from the ground safely. So this is a young horse. What I like to do is have my reins ready. He could have some arc in him. He doesn't have to be perfectly bent or perfectly straight. I just don't want him looking off over here to the right or really looking hard out that way. I want to feel like he has some acknowledgement of me. So typically that's going to mean having just a little bit of arc. Now he's continuing on over here with the arc, but it's not necessary for him to come super deep there. Now the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here, I'm going to grab his mane. What I'm not going to be doing is I'm not going to be mounting my horses like this. This puts a whole lot of torque on their back. It can pinch them. I could get behind here, and from this position as I got on from behind, if he were to zip forward, now I'm way behind, and it's just going to put me in a really bad situation on certain horses. Some horses don't really care, but that's just kind of a poor way to get on in the long run. So you want to be more careful in that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn him around here and show you how to actually get on. So I'm going to stand up here by his shoulder, almost in front of it. I'm going to grab that mane with my left hand. I'm going to kind of get my legs ready here, and I'm going to take my foot here, which is tightened up in these shafts right now, so it's a little tricky, but my toes here are pointed towards the back of the horse. All right, and what I'm going to do is you can either grab the cantle or you can grab here on the horn. But what you want to do is you want to get your feet facing forward. So if you're not super athletic, you can just grab the cantle. You're going to hop a couple times and pull up. But notice I pulled on the mane and I pulled on the saddle and I lean in here on the horse. Then from here I can check things out. I can reach down and pet him. I can rub him here, try to make sure he's ready. Then I can swing on. So it's a two-step mount, not just a one-step. It's a two-step mount. Now you might say, well, Steve, my horses are gentle or this, that, and the other. Like, I get it, but the number of times I've seen, like, husbands get on gentle horses and wreck because they do this. They get on, they're loose rein, they're back here, they're grunting, and then they kind of come up here and they get like this, and right about here the horse leaves. All right, and he doesn't have to leave very hard. He could just be walking, but by this point you're way back here and you're just, oh shit, and whatever. And then the wreck happens. You got no way to reel him in. Your reins are loose. He's leaving. He's probably not the type of horse to spook or whatever, but he does that day, and off you come. I was at a clinic one time, and I seen a guy do that. I was like, whoa, ho, ho. Like, what are you doing? He gets on like this. He's way up here like this. He's straddled. His horse takes off. He like flips off backward. He rides it through a little buck kick. Flips off backwards. His wife is over here hanging out with her horse. Well, these horses are obviously buddy sour, right? So when this horse goes and gets rid of him, he runs over to the other horse, and he just, because they snuggle with their horses too much, like this horse, if I kind of just barely offer a little something, he's normally out of my space. This horse is like a magnet, so he just hits this lady just clean right over the top of her, trying to get to the buddy, the other horse. And so in like 3 seconds, I have 2 people knocked out of the clinic, just like that, during the mounting process on this like old geriatric, what we might call husband horse, right? Probably hasn't been out of the pasture in 6 months. His last ride was great. But it was 6 months ago. He's in a new environment, whatever. All these things going on, right? So those things can happen. Now, if he had mounted the horse one more time or warmed him up just a little bit differently, could it have been fine? Sure, you could probably run and jump from 10 feet away on that horse on a normal day and ride him off. But that day, it didn't work. And I've seen that happen a few times on folks. So just a quick review here. If you can, you're going to stand up here in front of the horse. If you're on a mounting block, it's going to be good. This left leg's real tight in these shafts. I'm going to get it up in here, if I can. So from the mounting block, you could do the same thing, or just be in here a little closer, right? I know you can't really travel all the way around here on a mounting block. I've got this left reine's not tight, but it's kind of ready there. I've got the mane. I'm going to hop a couple times with my toes forward. I'm going to stand up. I'm going to lean in, right? Then I'm going to step on. The nice thing, if you were to hold on to the pommel instead of the cantle, you don't have to let go to swing over. Either way is fine, but if I'm getting on something a little touchy, you'll see me grab the pommel or the horn versus here, then I don't have to let go when I go to get on. So then once I'm on, we're good to go. So what I might do here in the beginning is I'll just start out here with something real basic. Might just flex him around, rub on him here a little bit. He doesn't have to do lateral flexions very much, so this is going to take him a second. So there he did a lateral. I'm going to reach down, might do another lateral, just wait on him here. And I might come back around the other way. And this is the other thing that's good. Like he's going to take a second here and try to figure this out. There he's softened. I'm going to ride him out here just so he stays kind of in the camera. But instead of just riding off on these horses, this to me is an important part of the mounting, where a lot of times people get in trouble is the first thing they do once they get on is they go. So what I might do is just take a second here, see if he walks off here on the ride again. Just wait on him here. He's a little bit unsure there. I'll just wait till he gives to that bridle. There he's softened. I'll release that. Might reach down here. Wait. And just kind of wait till he's ready. Like this is a great example. Like, is he able to be ridden? Sure, this horse is able to be ridden. But I don't really like how he feels right here. He's a little stiffer on the right. He's okay on the left, but he's a little bit awkward in his bend. Like, you could get real picky here and just say, you know what? Quinn's actually not ready to ride right now in a way that I think that he would be good. So maybe I'll just ride him forward here just a little so you guys can see this. I'll bend him here. So left's a little bit stiff there, but then he stays. And like my point is here, I haven't done anything yet. I'm not going anywhere, but I could already start like critiquing this a little bit. How is it? Is it better left? Is it better right? Is it slower left? Is it slower right? Is he scared? Is he nervous? Is he tight? Is he tired? Is he lazy? Is he sick? You know, I'm thinking about these things. I'm not just getting up here and going like, good boy, Quinn, and let's get going, and just kind of just totally blowing off any feel or timing or expression or thoughts here, okay? I have some things going on because this is kind of my last chance before I get going. If I'm not noticing these things, because I have not noticed in the past when I was young and trying to figure these things out, I'm not noticing these horses, and they were probably telling me early on that something could go astray. I wasn't watching them, and then maybe it was an hour before I wrecked on them, but I sure wrecked on them. But there was probably things right here that I could have noticed before I went out that maybe I could have stopped here and either worked on or took them as a warning and got off my horse. Now, that's the process there. So from there, we're not going to do more tonight, but like you walk them around, do circles and stuff. We'll talk about some things like that. But for right now, what I want to do is I want to talk about the dismounting. So same thing. I've been riding a little bit. I'm going to shorten up my reins a hair. I'm going to grab my mane in my left hand. I'm going to use my saddle horn this time. What I'm going to do, I'm going to turn around just so you can see. I'm going to get my boot just kind of almost out of this right stirrup. Okay, it's not out, but it's almost out. And then the same thing with my left stirrup. Get it almost out. Not like I'm not sitting here all deep in there like this. It's almost out. All right, I'm going to hold on to the mane. And I'm going to rock back and forth just a little bit. So he's kind of, maybe he can get set his feet just a little bit underneath me. Maybe he was standing crooked or something. So he can stand however he wants, but I want to make sure he's secure. I'm going to grab this horn, so I'm going to take my foot out of the right stirrup. And what I'm going to do is once I get going, I'm just going to swing all the way to the ground for me. Now, you can get off however you want, but a lot of times I see people that hang their coats up on their horns, or they slide down the side, or they drag over. And I know we all have different physical capabilities and whatever, but assuming everything is physically okay, I'm going to stand up, get my foot over, and then I'm going to come all the way to the ground to the front of the horse. Now, I know that's not for everybody, but if you're able to. That's a good habit to get into. It delivers you here to the front of the horse. It's nice and clean. On the exit, you're not behind here. The horse could kick you or different things. And I know you probably shouldn't be riding a horse that could kick you or whatever, but these are just good habits to get into. Kind of like making sure your horse is facing you when you catch him. Do you have to? No. You don't have to have the horse face you when you catch him. Is it a good habit? Is this something that could save you like once and that's all you need to not have your teeth kicked out? Then yes, it's a good habit to get into. So these are just a few things that you want to be thinking about when it comes to mounting and dismounting and kind of getting these horses prepped. I know it seems like little things, but these details do matter in the long run. Now, if you think this is detailed, wait till we get to other sections and into the courses and things. We talk about the details for like lead departures and softening horses and teaching them how to lope and stop and turn and spin and be brave and take obstacles and jump into trailers and do all sorts of cool things with them. This is just for mounting, so there's so many things out ahead of you that are super cool. If you guys get farther into these programs, you're going to notice that there's just some amazing things waiting for both you and your horses.